Pretty sure we're live. Give it a second here to catch up, just in case. But I believe we are. Yeah, we're live. We're fucking live. Hi everybody. How's it going? July 18th. Here we go. July 18th. 12:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm antsy. I am super antsy. Yeah. We've got a huge day tomorrow. First big day. I mean, we've had some big days so far shooting Jason Voorhees Nightmares, which has been great. I mean, when I say big, we've got a lot of pages that we've been doing on certain days, right? They take time. You know, you've got multiple cast members, you got multiple crew members, you're doing all this stuff. And those days are kind of long. But if you've ever shot a film, you'll realize that doing like action sequences take even longer. There's a lot of staging, a lot of blocking, a lot of choreography you got to do, and, you know, prep. If you've got visual effects, you got to get ready for those. If you've got fucking practical effects, you got to get ready for those. And you got to set all that shit up. So it takes time. A lot of stuff with makeup, all that kind of stuff, right? So tomorrow on Jason Voorhees Nightmares is our first big day. First big day where we have Jason Brooks putting on the mask as Jason Voorhees. We got Matthew Jensen coming in. He's played the Shape for us this entire series. It's my son-in-law. He's coming back. Those two guys are about to do a big action horror kill spree sequence in this film with about 20 extras, and a bunch of fucking people are going to be there, right? We've got it catered. We've got all this stuff we're doing. So it's just in my brain, like this chaos, like so much, you know. I don't have to act, which is cool. I can focus on directing and camera work and, you know, making sure everything's working smoothly on set for everybody, and, you know, and be myself and have that fun, exciting vibe that gets people to go, oh shit, I love being on your sets. Well, this is why. But they don't see like the progress to that, right? There's a lot. There's a lot of prep work that goes to those days. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of fuck. Am I good enough? You know, even someone who's confident, and I like to think that I'm a fairly confident person. It still gets to you sometimes where you're like, am I going to fail? Are people going to be waiting around? Do I know what the fuck I'm doing? Yeah, it goes through your head. You can't help that, you know. And the way you handle it, which is how I handle it, is that nervous energy you get. Some people call that anxiety. Some people call that your nerves. You know, I call it the fire. You know, that anticipation you get, those butterflies in your stomach, that feeling of anticipation, like you did when you were a kid before Christmas. You know, you couldn't sleep at night. That wasn't worry. You were excited. You know, I think it's excitement. So that's how I kind of look at it, and that's what it is. But I can't help but have these thoughts going through my head. Like, do I have this down? So we've done a lot of storyboarding for most of the big action sequences in our film. Not all of them, though. That's the trick. Not all of them. And this one tomorrow is more of a let's wing it, you know, because I don't know exactly what I want. And what's funny, last night I went and helped out Ryan Smith. He's working on his first feature that he's stitching together. And he needed one more scene he needed to shoot last night. So I went over to his place and doing it. And, you know, we're working on this stuff, and we realized, you know, features, or shorts, it's just a multitude of things that you know, doing a short film and a feature is no different. You just have more short films to do to stitch it together to be that feature. So we were talking about that kind of stuff and everything. And, you know, I was thinking that when I'm watching him do it, you know, he had like certain sequences he had already had in his head to shoot. Great. Shouldn't be more than an hour in and out of there. But when he's in the scene, right, and he starts looking at the set and he starts feeling the mode, and I know where his brain's at. He starts seeing the edit going on. You know, he wanted to get a few more shots of this one and that one and this and that. He started adding more. And And I think that's completely normal. That's why I don't really shot list everything. That's why I don't go out and I sit down and try to storyboard the whole fucking thing. It gives you a good blueprint of what you need to get for sure. But bottom line, when you get on set, if you're a filmmaker, a true like indie filmmaker, and you've got the camera in your fucking hand and you're out there filming, you kind of tend to go with the flow, and then you start feeling it. Once you're in that set, you start to see things differently. You start to feel the vibe. You start to see everybody and where they should be. You can't really predict that stuff without being there. So I leave it open. And sometimes, it works really well. And sometimes it's like, oh fuck, I wish I would have planned more. Tomorrow's one of those days where I'm just going to go out and fucking shoot this shit. We're just going to go fucking film it. So this is how we're going to do it. And like I said before, we got about 20 some extras. We've got, some perk kills we got to take care of tomorrow. There's practical effects on scene. Real Fiction Studios will be there. Steve Eaton will be there, guiding us for his visual effects he wants to add to the film. Who else? So Creepy TV will be there. Ryan Smith, he's going to bring some practicals too. He's working on some stuff. He's got some ideas. I'll let all these guys implement what they like to do in the film, because I just want it to look great, and I want the kills to be like this or that. So if you give me an explosive kill, great. That's all I need. I do have ideas of what I saw in my head, but I'm open for whatever. Whatever is efficient and looks good on camera, I'm good to go. So that's how we're going to kind of do it. Mark Sadawa, what is happening, my brother? We got a big day tomorrow, man. Big day on the movie. Mark is one of our executive producers on the film. Yes, he's supported the Horrorverse quite a bit since the early days, huh, Mark? Awaken the Darkness, I think you were there. Yeah, he's a great dude. He's a great supporter, and he loves this shit as much as we do. I wish you could be over here, Mark, and watch us film, man. It'd be fucking cool if you were here. Anyway, we've got all this stuff going on tomorrow. We've got these big events and these big moments in this film we have to capture. So how do you do that? How do you do that as an indie filmmaker when you don't have a big budget, but you got all these people? You're not completely organized. You don't have this big, you don't have all these ADs that can help you do all this stuff. You don't have script supervisors. We don't have any of that shit. It's us. I'll have the sides with me like this in my back pocket. Pull those bitches out and just make sure I'm getting my shit. How do you do it efficiently to make sure that everything is captured right? You're satisfying some of the perks that people bought, make them happy about their participation in the film, and all the extras to make them feel engaged. Not just background fucking extras where they're just walking around. No, these people tomorrow will be engaged in the sequence. Okay, this is a big sequence. We need their help. There's a lot of people to communicate with and talk with, and to make sure that everything's flowing efficiently and we get through this day quickly. We have to get through this entire day in one day. We have to do it. And I don't want to jip out and miss stuff, because it's really hard to call people back, especially when you're not fucking paying people. So we got to make this work. So here's how we're going to do it. In my brain, I had a vision, right? I had a vision. We have 4 cameras tomorrow. We've got myself, Mr. Ryan Smith, Aaron Focus Switzer, Matt McKinney. We got Steve Eaton also helping me assistant direct this thing. He's doing a lot of work on the side. He's got many hats. So we got 5 of us, right? We also have Real Fiction Studios, Ryan Smith. Okay, these guys are great at practical effects, and they're also filmmakers themselves. So we have 7 people that know what the fuck they're doing on set. So we're going to break up into 2 groups. We're going to just break up into units. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have 1 camera on Jason Voorhees. We're going to have 1 camera on Michael Myers. We're going to have 1 camera over here with the extras and 1 camera for perks. We're going to do all these kills and get all these sequences we need to stitch together. We're going to do it in a group so we all can be efficient and film at different sections of the sequence, but at the same time. So we're not just waiting around all day. We're going to be going. We're going to be fucking rolling. I'll be in the backyard with Michael Myers while, Ryan Smith's out in the front yard with fucking Jason Voorhees. We'll take some of the people in the back to film the Michael Myers stuff, take some of the people in the front yard to film the Jason Voorhees stuff. That's how we're going to kind of do it. And I think it's going to work great. I really do. I think it's going to work great. But that doesn't mean I'm not nervous. And, as far as practical effects go, I know they're intricate. I know there's a lot to them. and I'm counting on Real Fiction to come through for us, and how professional they are at what they do. I know Jason Brooks, Naomi, and Michelle, and the whole entire team over there can get on set and do their magic, and that's what we're going to do. But we got to give them time. So during the time they're doing their setup, when they're building and making sure the sequences are going to look right on film, that the effects are ready to go, we've got other people still shooting stuff. We have to. We can't just stand around and wait until they get done. That's not going to happen. So when you think about working on a set for a film, and you've got the luxury to have so many different people to help you, give them the power to do so, if that makes sense. Don't sit there and think you have to oversee everything. Trust the process. And that's what I'm about to do tomorrow. And I do that every time on set for the most part. But this is probably the biggest sequence that I've shot so far in my career as a filmmaker. And then we even got bigger ones in August. But this was a good, okay, let's see if we can handle this. We can handle this. We can do what we need to do in August. But for me, it's still, it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. And I know there's going to be a lot of people asking questions. A lot of people want to know if if I can do this, can I do that? When do you need me? Can I go over here? What if I did this? And I'm going to get it from every direction. As a director, you get it from everywhere. Everybody needs your help. They want to make sure that what they're planning to do works with the vision that you want. They don't want to just take over. Also, they don't want to step on toes. People are very considerate about that. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about my toes. Just go. Just go film some shit. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. And I really wanted to talk about this because I know a lot of filmmakers out there get, antsy, and they feel a little overwhelmed with being able to, make the films they want to make, whether it's short films or features, doesn't matter. You get that feeling that you may not be able to pull it off. So you back off, right? You don't go and pull the trigger and get the project done. Go film your piece. They won't take that step because they're afraid. Dude, it's always scary no matter what you do. So just fucking go do it. I'm going to go do this tomorrow. I don't know if I'm completely prepared or not. I have no idea. But that's okay. You just have to fucking go do it. You just have to go. What we got here? Oh, Jason Voorhees is a badass killer. You goddamn right he is. And he's going to be killing tomorrow for sure. He's going to be really, really taking this film and the series to a new level with Jason Brooks. My man's been in Vengeance and Vengeance 2, Roseblood, a few other films as Voorhees. He knows what the fuck he's doing, and he's a true professional when it comes to it. I can't wait to see him in this. And I think it's going to really bring out the vibe of Voorhees the way we want to end this series. We want to end it where the audience knows, okay, that's Voorhees. That's where we want to end the series. We kind of grown into this moment. We had Sack Mask Jason for a while, more humanoid, more normal, troubled, going through some stuff. This is a film where you're going to see the Jason Voorhees that you know and love. And that's what we wanted to do. That's what we definitely wanted to do. We need a Jason Voorhees in the soft area. We need some masculine badass killer. You know what I mean? Dude, you make a good point. I was just sitting here a couple nights ago and I put on Rambo 2. I haven't seen Rambo forever. Wanted to watch 2 and 3 again, at least. I watched 1 6 months ago. And I'm like telling my kids, I'm like, they don't really make movies like this anymore. And it's not that I don't enjoy the movies they make now with the heroes that we get, but you never see the guy with like the muscles and no shirt on, kicking ass. You just don't see that anymore. And it's really too bad because I think you can balance this now very well. You can have movies that have, a feminine lead or whatever type of lead you want. And they can be just as heroic as the guys wearing no shirt with the muscles. But where'd they all go? Is that toxic masculinity because you want to look like Rambo and be like Rambo? I don't think so. I think it's still cool. I'm a guy. So those are my action figures. You know what I mean? Girls and women really love their Barbie dolls. And now we got Barbie kicking ass with staffs. I got a lead in my movie who's a girl. She's a badass. But that doesn't mean I don't want to be a badass too, like Rambo. He's my action figure. He's my guy. He's my G.I. Joe. I miss that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to pull that era back a little bit. The military just come after Voorhees, but Jason Voorhees kills most of them. Something more intense. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what our series is about. Kind of. We have a team of elite soldiers that are going after Voorhees and Myers, and that's what we've been doing. But he's been kicking our ass. So we'll see how this last film happens and goes. Anyway, so getting back to it real quick. This is the fun part. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't have a plan, but I have a plan. Is there going to be issues? Of course. Is there going to be slowdowns? Of course. How do we get through those? You flow. You be like water, and you just keep moving forward. Keep pushing the needle, and you'll get it done. And that's one of the things I want to make sure that everybody remembers when you're making a film. That's what makes a true filmmaker special. To be able to organize his thoughts or her thoughts when you're on set, and be able to come up with a plan and make that call that you need to do when shit hits the fan and stuff's not working or time's taking too long. You got to make a judgment call. You got to just do it. And if you do that, you're going to be a leader. And you've got to be. I mean, if you've got all these people coming to make your film, you better lead that fucking film, not waste their time. Know what the fuck you need to do when the time comes to do it. That's it. I think that's vital, and I think that's a key element as to why I've been able to do the films I've done. We've made 8 feature films in 3 or 4 years. Over my career, I've made even more. I started making movies back in 2000, so it's 25 years making movies. I know I've done over 50 short films, if not more. I don't know how many ads or commercials I've done for companies and small businesses. I know I've edited over 300, 400, 500 podcasts. 270 of those are from Around the Reel. We've got an audio podcast I've done myself for 10 episodes of a show that we did in audio format. I mean, all this stuff we've done, and we've gotten better over the years of becoming more and more efficient and professional. And our product that we create shows that. On no budget stuff, guys. It's because it's about what you're able to do as a filmmaker, as a creative. Every tool and asset is out there for you. Every one of them. Take the reins yourself and learn how to do them. You may not be the best at them, but you can definitely get good enough in each one to make your films, to make your podcasts, to do whatever you want to do visually, if that's something that interests you. Make sure you do that. Only way I've been able to do it is by that and that alone. Now I've had the luxury to be able to get help from other filmmakers who are just as good, if not better than I am, to help me create an idea I had in my head. And because of that, I couldn't be more grateful. So I can't let them down. I can't let them down. And I think that each filmmaker out there is on the indie level, especially, or in Hollywood, I don't give a fuck. You should always feel responsible for, the team that you've managed to put together, the project that you've created, the network of people that are working with you, the camaraderie you have with them, the family that you created. That stuff matters, and you need to pay attention to that, and you need to really focus on doing the best job you can when you're out there. When I say I'm going out there and winging it tomorrow, I'm winging it like one of the best. Okay, it's not like I'm going out there with no plan. I've got a plan. I just don't know if it's like, even if you are prepared, you're going to feel this way. I don't know if I'm going to be as good as I want to be. And that's the pressure I put on myself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think we all do that. And I think everybody needs to do that. That's the way you strive for greatness. Right. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. It's also going to be very stressful. And it's going to be a hell of a lot of work. We're starting at 9 a.m. call time. And we're filming. We've got all day to get this done. And I know we'll get it done. I know we will. But what I see in my head, I want to really capture for this film. Like I said when we started this, if we were going to do this last fan film, we want to go out big, fucking big. And we got to bring it. We got to bring our best stuff to show everybody how far we've come and what you can do with so little. And then also piggyback off of that for next year when we get to our original work again. And I can't fucking wait for that. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. Anyway, so tomorrow, that's the biggest thing we're going to do. We're going to kill a lot of people tomorrow. We got drones flying around. We got, 4 cameras, like I said, 3 different units. We got Michael killing people, Jason killing people. And I don't want to spoil anything else, but there's a lot else going on in that scene that I can't wait for you guys to see. We got some great actors coming in there tomorrow as well. They're going to be joining us for a couple of their dialogue sequences that build this scene and the sequence to really stand out in the film, to capture you early, to make sure that you guys want to watch this shit. It's so good. So good. You're gonna love this movie. And just to let you guys know, the first Freddy Krueger sequence we did last weekend, it's already cut and edited. It's fucking great. It's really good. We're going to color grade all this towards the end of the shoot, but right now in this raw format, it's exciting, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I really can't. Ira Katz, as an actor, you do the work, but when the scene starts, you treat it as an improv. You know what? That's a good point, Ira, and you're great at that, dude. Thanks. Ira Katz, Sheriff Katz. If you guys haven't seen him in the fucking horrorverse, he's a badass. Yep. My Al Pacino. Yeah, you know what? That is a good point. You improv it, right? And even though you're prepared for it. I think that's how I'm taking on tomorrow, Ira. Yeah. I know I'm prepared. I have all this in my head. I already know it. Do I have it do I want to go okay, I need this shot, and the next one, I need this. No, I'm going to feel the day. I want to just feel the day. I think that's great. Yeah, good advice, Ira. Good advice. I appreciate that very much. What's Mark saying here? Good luck for tomorrow, mate. I'm off to Spain this weekend for a well-deserved holiday. Spain? Jesus. Dude, you guys get to go to cool places and shit. I'd be like, hey, I'm going to Auburn. I got to run up the Federal Way. Dude, that's badass. Good for you. Wow. Well, have fun, man. And thank you for helping us so much and giving us that good vibe. We need that shit. All right. So tomorrow, we got a lot of fun. It's going to be great. What is this one? Oh, we got another comment here. Let's see. Damn, I'm going to watch. More kill count for Jason. He has 28,000 kills. Best killer better than Victor Crowley. Victor Crowley. God, that's a fun show too, isn't it? I love those movies, man. Those are great. Yeah, but Jason's a man, dude. It's going to be fun. Yeah, if you haven't seen the Horrorverse, bro, go check it out. We got a whole series of films. There's 4 of them out there right now. This is the 5th one and final. So it's going to be great when it comes out. Jason Voorhees Nightmares. All right, guys. Well, I just need to get in here and talk about this stuff. Like I said, we've got all these crew members that are going to be there tomorrow, multiple cameras, fucking drone. Ryan's going to be flying that shit around. It's going to be fucking great. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of work. But it's not really work if you love what you're doing. And I love what I'm doing. So it's just going to be a fun fucking day. And at the end of the day, I'm going to wipe it off like, oh, fuck, what happened? And then I got it. And we got it. And then I'll start cutting the scene next week. And I'll be like, holy shit, we did fucking get it. And it's going to be great. What's up, dude? Bob. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well, man. Can't wait to work on your movie for you. Bring it. I'm waiting. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of rambling today just because I don't have I don't know. Like I said, my brain's everywhere. I'm going to take the rest of the day off, I think, though, and just kind of get ready for tomorrow. I got to charge gear, get all that stuff prepared. Go over the script one more time, maybe. Other than that, new episode of Dexter's out. I'm going to watch Dexter. I wanted to go see Superman. I haven't done that yet. Kind of save money. It's expensive out there. I'd rather eat than go see Superman. But I'm going to take it easy and get my mind off this, because tomorrow, boom, we're going to knock it out. And then once we do that, I'm going to be really fucking confident about our August. It's going to be great. I know it is, man. I can't wait to do it for you, bro. Can't wait. Anything else? Special thoughts, special things I can think of here. Scheduling. We are on day 7 and 8 this weekend. Day 7's the biggest day. Absolutely, it is. Like I've been talking about, it's a big day. Day 8, we're going a little easy. I even had Dave Schecker send out. Dave is going to be in our Sunday shoot, and he was like, "This is it. Is this all we're doing on day 8?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we." There's a reason for it. It's like 2 pages, if that we're going to shoot. But it's one of those sequences, when you're trying to schedule people and you've got a big location you're doing somewhere else and all of them are there, but you just won't have time to shoot this little small piece you need for like the beginning of the film. That's kind of where I was. So we've got Coach Rick coming over from Spokane. He's driving over. That's a good 6-hour drive for him to shoot 2 pages on Sunday with Dave Schechter and John Magnuson. And John Magnuson is back. It'll be the first time he's coming back to the Horrorverse. Dave Schechter's coming back and Coach Rick all in the scene together. And it's going to be great working with him. I've never met Coach Rick in person. He's been on our podcast. He's been a co-host on our podcast. We've talked all these years together. And this will be the first time I meet him in person. So that's going to be a great, great Sunday. But it's going to be an easy Sunday because, like I said, Saturday is big. Sunday is going to be like just a breeze, just to be able to catch your breath and recoup for a crazy weekend. So it's going to be great. But yeah, 7 and 8, Bob. Yep, that's right. Halfway through it, man. I think we got 19 days slated on the schedule for shoot. We're on day 7 and 8 right now, so we're almost halfway there. And then we have pickups we got to do after that, though. We've got a lot of perks we got to do. So, if you guys follow the campaign, we had Candyman perk, we had Leatherface perk, Samara perk, Chucky perk. We had all these perks that we have to fulfill. So we'll be shooting those probably in September-ish. Get those done. Once we get those, we're done. The movie's over. So, but we're filming the meat of it, between now and August. That's the goal. And anything we have to reschedule, we'll probably shoot in September too. But so far, we've been doing good. We've been staying on schedule and things are going well. So can't complain about it. But God damn it, tomorrow, let's fucking go. Got this shit. That's how you gotta be. At least that's how I gotta be. Anyway, everybody, that was about it. I just want to get on here and chat a little bit about Horrorverse, chat about Jason Voorhees' Nightmares, not being afraid to take a chance and shoot something bigger. I've been doing this a long time, and this is the first time I'm actually pushing the envelope on what I've done previously. I could have made this scene way simpler if I wanted to. Whether that made the movie better? No, it wouldn't have. Sometimes you got to go big. And when I mean big, yeah, this isn't fucking, Spider-Man Far From Home. No, this is Jason Voorhees' Nightmares. It's not going to be a Marvel film level, but to us, it feels that way because it's that big. It's bigger than anything we've ever done. And I think it's a lot of fun. So I highly recommend you guys try it, but make sure you're ready. Make sure you put in the work and the time to know that when you're shooting a movie, you're looking at it and other people are going, hey, that's not too bad. And the difference between somebody going, oh yeah, you made a movie, good job. Oh yeah, I saw it, it's great. Or them coming up to you and going, dude, I love your series. There's a different vibe to people. Once you start getting people to really recognize that, okay, you made something great, that's a good thank you. But when they actually say, oh shit, you made something and it is kind of fun or it's good, that's a different congratulations. That means you're on the next level. All right. You got to listen for that stuff and you got to be ready for that stuff. Because when you get to that level and people are actually engaging you with that way, then I think you're ready to push the envelope. Right. It took me a long time to hear that stuff, but I hear it now. So now it's time to move. Time to go. Anyway, that's about it. Bob, what'd you say? Better than Marvel? Oh, man. No, it's not, but it's still fun. Story-wise, I will tell you that. Production-wise, nowhere near, and you know that. But I appreciate the love. Anyway, everybody, Jason Voorhees' Nightmares is coming. We're almost halfway through production. I will update everybody after the weekend when we get through this week for our weekly updates, tell you how the shoots went, tell you how everything fell through or how it worked, what didn't. Did we get everything we needed? How fun it was, how the cast did, how the crew did, and kind of leave it at that for next week. So keeping my fingers crossed. I think we can do this. Anyway, that's about it, you guys. Talk to you later. See you soon.